own my masters and royalties. You can't raffle it. Wrist drip like a mango, fingertips like I'm thankful.
It's week 1 of the National Football League, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Eagles and the Lions, next on Madden Football.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Detroit Lions. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and we have arrived at the start of another NFL season, the most exciting time of the year. And CD, both of these storied teams we're about to see trying to take a step forward this year. Philadelphia, a lot of optimism there that they can get in the postseason and make some noise. Detroit, of course, we know the story of their franchise. They're just trying to get out of that NFC North basement.
But one thing I know about you, partner, you're extremely empathetic, and you do feel for those Lions fans because they have not had a postseason win to celebrate since 1991. They are excited about the direction the franchise is headed, though. They thought they had a good draft, they loved their front office, and they really liked their head coach. As for Philadelphia, they made some moves during the draft and in free agency that put them squarely in a position to compete not just for a playoff spot, but to go deep on a good run.
Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And we are underway from Ford Field. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Now for the first time, we get to see this Philadelphia offense led out by their dual-threat quarterback now in his 3rd season, Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts got the green light as a starter from the Philly organization and took really good steps as the next in line of mobile quarterbacks in the city, following names like Michael Vick, Donovan McNabb, and Randall Cunningham. He led the team in all quarterbacks in the NFL in rushing, and he took Philadelphia to the postseason while throwing for over 3,000 yards.
And they'll run the option to start the drive. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. They'll take that 14 yards on play number 1. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game. And all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
And the defense closes quickly there. We'll get maybe a yard to the 33. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Hurts sets up to throw it. He'll get this out wide to Scott. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. On 4th down, Michael Pilardi on to punt. Here's Williams to return. It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. And the Lions will take over. Detroit gets set to go on offense, and it will be the 7th-year pro out of Cal, Jared Goff, leading the attack in his 2nd season as a Lion.
Certainly a different set of circumstances awaited Jared Goff in Detroit last season after his trade from Los Angeles. He made what he could out of them and managed 3 wins on a rebuilding Lions team. They should improve this year behind Goff after an offseason where they made considerable investments in order to try and improve this ball club.
They'll start on the ground with Swift. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. And they're going to stop play here. And the injury is to, that's DJ Chark, the receiver, who's in need of some help right now. Well, just the last thing you want to see here in the first quarter of a new season. Hopefully nothing serious. We'll step aside for a moment. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy set the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Now Goff on first down. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
On 2nd down, Swift. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. That good for 19 on a first down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. 53 yards rushing for him now. What a drive for him to kick off the new season. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
They'll run with Swift. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. DeAndre Swift, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Lions are on the board here first in the season opener. So both sides of the football contributing here early. Their defense forces the punt, and the offense takes it down the field and punches it in on the short touchdown run.
And Brandon, that's good complementary football, and that's what they're going to need if they want to get out of here victorious.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. To throw again on 2nd down. Hurts. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Throwing is Hurts. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked by Tracy Walker. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Goff, a handoff here to Swift. And some room to run now. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. 1st down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the 1st quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, not get loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Goff. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Ross St. Brown. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Lions have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Well, it's only week 1, CD, but right now this offense, they look in mid-season form.
And what we're seeing is the benefits of all their dedication in the offseason. OTAs, mini camps, preseason, you name it, they did it. All that work and preparation, we're seeing them play really well right now. They're making it all pay off.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. We'll remind you that coming up tonight, the first Sunday nighter of the new season. And how about this for a matchup? The Buccaneers and the Cowboys from Dallas, 8:20 Eastern. Then tomorrow, Monday night, just one game here in week 1 this year. And it'll put the Broncos and Seahawks as Russell Wilson makes his Bronco debut. And, of course, where is it? Seattle. Coincidence? Well, thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Afitu Melifonwu. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
DeAndre Swift heading back out with his Detroit teammates. He's in his own second quarter, already closing in on a 100-yard game.
And that's the magic number for a running back. Anytime you get to that triple digits, that's all you're looking for. But he's got a chance to really exceed that in this one.
Yeah, he does. That's been the gold standard for a long time, hasn't it, that 100-yard mark?
It really has, and that never has to shift because it's in a game. It's a 1,000-yard mark. I'm wondering, since we've gone from 12 to 14 to 16 games, maybe we need to up that a little.
From the 36, Goff. And Shark hauls it in. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Loaded with talent. DJ Chark hasn't been able to stay on the field to replicate a Pro Bowl season from 2019. Detroit gave him a big one-year improvement deal to see if he can recapture that form, and he comes through here with a first down catch.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
Touchdown! T.J. Hockenson from 6 yards away. And the Lions are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Extra point try now for Patterson. And it is now 21-0. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it was T.J. Hawkinson who finished the drive with a touchdown reception. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he returns this to the 22. Things, unfortunately, continuing to implode here. The interception he threw on the previous drive, of course, led to the touchdown. And that deficit widening a little bit further. 1st and 10. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 22. And they'll give to Scott here on the option. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Hurts. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. They'll run with Scott. And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. Well, let's shine the spotlight on the former Georgia Bulldog, DeAndre Swift, who's set to begin this next drive. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have herded him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here. 1st down, and they go with Swift again. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 134 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. On 1st and 10, Goff. That's going to be caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A very solid gain of 27.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jason Kabinda taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Lions are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the rout is on here in this first half. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Here's Hurts to throw. Dancing to it, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Marching in for the sack, Michael Brockers.
Well, that's an excellent way to get the pass rush activated. The first sack of the game for them comes on the first play of the drive, and it makes it very tough for the opponent to pick up a first down now, playing behind the sticks.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
Brandon, how about that reaction there from the defensive end? Able to recognize the screen pass trying to happen, broke off his pass rush, and then get back to tackle the running back. That's a very athletic and intelligent play. Reminds me of you working out and seeing that the treadmill's open and getting there before anyone else.
See, I know you're just patronizing me right now. Everybody knows at home that that is nothing but a shot at me, and I'll take it, absorb it, and we'll move on. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough and run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. On the return is Williams. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season, so let's take our first trip around the NFL. We begin 2022 with a good one out in the Windy City. San Francisco in town to take on Chicago. And it's the 49ers who are out in front with that game closing in on halftime. Elijah Mitchell, 2 touchdown runs on the afternoon. From there, we'll head down to Charlotte to check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Browns in that one. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes. Finally, we're off to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they've gone to the half in that one with the visiting Saints out on top. Alvin Kamara with 2 touchdowns thus far. Time now for a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Eagles. And not much went right in those first 2 quarters. You can see the numbers on the ground there. Not a whole lot to write home about so far. Meanwhile, for the Lions, it's been no contest in terms of the rushing yards. You see a much, much brighter picture there. It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after that first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in Week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Lions getting set to go on offense to start the third. And the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Once again, it's Swift. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 153 yards rushing for him now here in Week 1. A very solid start to this new campaign.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Swift going to try up the middle. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. They run out of the gun with Swift. And some space here. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. He'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down. He had a really solid first half running the football and picking up where he left off here in the third quarter.
How about the yardage he's piling up right now? This feels like a full game, not just the series that we're watching right now. I know people are screaming, where are the adjustments from halftime on the defensive side of the ball? Sometimes they're just not there. Sometimes you just have to find a way to tackle someone.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Swift. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. DeAndre Swift, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Lions take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that makes this 35-0 now. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. 2nd and 10, third quarter of the season opener. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And his throw here is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you had. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Hurts. And that will be incomplete.
I think it's safe to say he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he's fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Take it at the 37. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Another shot now for this Lions offense. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material?
Touchdown, Detroit! DeAndre Swift with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to his long touchdown run.
Patterson now for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taking it about the 1. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is real short of what he needed. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
That's taken it around the 40. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. And Detroit getting set to go now.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
Well, praise has to go to the guys in the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. They'll try it now with Swift. And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They will run straight ahead with Swift. Tackle that time by Jarquiski Tartt.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. Goff on 3rd down. Looking for Hawkinson, and he's got him. Touchdown, Detroit. Jared Goff with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Lions are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Well, CD, I mean, simply put, if anyone around the league wasn't paying attention to them to start the season, they will be heading into Week
This has been an impressive Week 1 performance.
They've certainly announced that they are ready to go, haven't they? They wanted to send a message out to the rest of the league. You better put your eyes on us. We may be someone you have to reckon with.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 22. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Hurts. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Scott. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. And this offense on 3rd down today, they're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
This is fielded at the 27. Williams loses the football.
I don't know why, but it's always agonizing to me to see a guy make a mistake in this phase of the game because you can it's all on him. All eyes there. He's got a chance to make a punt return, and instead, he ends up putting it on the carpet.
Puts it on the carpet, the little rubber pellets shoot up. Never a good sign for a returner on this field turf surface.
No, not at all. And a bunch of them go up when they're all trying to get to the football, don't they?
On 1st down, Hurts. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Hurts. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw again. And this is caught. It's Brown. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. They go play action with Hurts. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. It'll go as a loss of 8 and a tough result there on 1st and goal. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Back to throw here. Trying to improvise. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Elliott good on the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. He's at the 40. 20. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Lions. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp.
that's what you want, but there carries a little extra pressure with that as well because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, two sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
First throw is caught here by Anderson.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Throwing again on second down. Hurts. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd.
Talk about two sides of the ball cross purposes because mercifully this game's almost over for the offense, but the defense, they still want to get a few shots in. That front seven, they've loved this ball game. They've been able to pad their stats, and maybe some backups can get in and get a sack as well.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. Taken in at the 22. So possession goes over here on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit 000. And they will take a knee here.
The CD always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's got to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for the Lions, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener.
And they'll get to stay home again next week as Washington comes to town.
Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a home date next week against the Minnesota Vikings.